Once upon a time, in a quaint, forgotten village nestled between rolling hills and dense forests, there lived a man named Samuel. Samuel was an enigmatic figure, a recluse of sorts who had always possessed a peculiar fascination with the concept of nothing. In a world driven by the pursuit of wealth and possessions, Samuel was content with the idea that there was something profound hidden in nothingness. Samuel lived in a modest cottage at the outskirts of the village. His cottage was often described as the strangest place in the area. It was filled with books, scrolls, and various artifacts, all centered around the theme of nothing. His obsession with nothing had led him to become a repository of knowledge on the subject. The people of the village had mixed feelings about Samuel. Some considered him a madman, a lunatic who wasted his life chasing the wind, while others saw him as a sage, a wise man on a unique spiritual journey. Regardless of their opinions, the villagers couldn't deny that Samuel was a peculiar character who had a way of making them ponder the depths of their existence. One sunny morning, the village was abuzz with excitement. A merchant caravan had arrived, bearing all manner of exotic goods from distant lands. Colorful fabrics, fragrant spices, and shiny trinkets filled the market square. The villagers eagerly gathered to see the treasures and haggle with the merchants. Samuel, however, wasn't interested in material possessions. He strolled into the bustling market with an air of indifference, his eyes wandering over the chaotic scene before him. His gaze settled on a mysterious merchant who had set up shop at the far end of the square. The merchant, an old man with a long, flowing beard, had a collection of peculiar items laid out on a worn, tattered rug. There were mirrors with no reflections, vases filled with emptiness, and a box that contained silence. But what caught Samuel's attention most was a small, ornate chest with intricate carvings that seemed to depict nothingness itself. Approaching the merchant, Samuel inquired, "What is inside this chest?" The merchant smiled knowingly and replied, "Ah, my friend, what's inside is nothing. It is the essence of emptiness, the purest form of nothingness ever known." Samuel's eyes gleamed with curiosity. He had spent his life contemplating nothingness, and here before him was a tangible representation of it. "How much for this chest of nothing?" he asked. The merchant's eyes twinkled as he responded, "For you, Samuel, I will part with it for nothing." Samuel was taken aback by the merchant's offer. He had expected to haggle and negotiate, but here was a merchant willing to give him nothing for nothing. Without hesitation, he accepted the offer and took possession of the ornate chest. As Samuel returned to his cottage with the chest of nothing, he couldn't help but feel a sense of exhilaration. It was as if he held the answer to the riddle of existence in his hands. He placed the chest on a wooden table in the center of his cluttered living room and sat down to examine it more closely. Hours turned into days as Samuel studied the chest. He traced the intricate carvings with his fingers, searching for hidden meanings. He peered inside, only to find darkness so deep it seemed to swallow his gaze. He even tried tapping the chest in various places, hoping to unlock its secrets, but it remained a mystery. Word of Samuel's acquisition spread throughout the village, and soon a crowd gathered outside his cottage, curious to see what he would do with the chest of nothing. Some thought he had lost his mind, while others believed he was on the verge of a great revelation. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the village, Samuel made a decision. He would open the chest of nothing, not knowing what he would find inside. With trembling hands, he reached for the ornate latch and gently lifted the lid. To his astonishment, a brilliant, blinding light erupted from the chest. It was a light unlike anything he had ever seen before, a luminosity that seemed to pierce the very fabric of reality. The villagers who had gathered outside his cottage gasped in awe as the radiance spilled forth, bathing the entire village in its glow. Samuel shielded his eyes from the brilliance but could not look away. It was as if he had unlocked a gateway to another dimension, a realm of pure light and energy. He felt a profound sense of connection to the universe, as though he had tapped into the very source of existence itself. As the light gradually dimmed, Samuel realized that something had changed within him. He had experienced a profound transformation, a deep understanding of the interconnectedness of all things. He no longer saw himself as separate from the world, but as an integral part of it. The villagers, too, had been touched by the light of the chest of nothing. They felt a sense of unity and compassion they had never known before. Old grudges were forgiven, and divisions that had once torn the community apart began to heal. In the days that followed, the village underwent a remarkable transformation. The people, inspired by Samuel's experience, started to value the intangible qualities of life, love, friendship, and the beauty of nature, above material possessions. The pursuit of wealth and power lost its grip on their hearts, and they found happiness in the simplicity of existence. Samuel became a revered figure in the village, not for his eccentricity, but for his wisdom and the profound lesson he had inadvertently taught them. He shared his insights into the nature of nothingness, explaining that it was not the absence of value, but the canvas upon which all value was painted. Nothingness, he argued, was the space in which love, creativity, and meaning could flourish. Years passed, and the village became known far and wide for its harmonious way of life. Travelers from distant lands came to learn from the village of nothing, and they, too, were transformed by its teachings. The village had become a beacon of hope and a testament to the power of nothingness. In the end, it was clear that Samuel had indeed found something remarkable in his pursuit of nothing. He had discovered the infinite potential that lay within the emptiness of existence. The chest of nothing had been the catalyst for a profound change, not only in Samuel but in an entire community, reminding them all that sometimes, in the pursuit of nothing, we find everything that truly matters.